Recently, my wife and I went over to Spain. We got inspired sitting in a coffee shop in Madrid, and so we decided to bring the German schmear. Hey guys, it's Jeff with Barn and Home. Recently, my wife and I went over to Spain. We got inspired sitting in a coffee shop in Madrid, and so we decided to bring the German schmear look right here into our own living room. And so this is kind of a DIY project, and the first thing we did is we got the brick panels. We studied a lot of great YouTubers. Really appreciate everybody who took the time to make videos. Cost of them, the time that it took, and then some of the details we learned along the way. But let's jump into this. This is not rocket science. This is way easier than it actually looks and feels. And for us, the biggest thing, the most difficult part is getting this board. Honestly, probably buying this board at the big box store and loading it into the cart and into my trailer was one of the most annoying things. But anyway, you just basically get the bead board and stick it on the wall where you want it. Once your panel board is on the wall, then all you have to do is get the drywall mud and start the process. So here's how the process works. So drywall mud is super cheap, and I just went with the light blue Proform. That's all it is. One of my guys that does a lot of drywall for me, he let me borrow his the larger trowel. And really all you're doing is you're taking the mud, stick it on the trowel. It's about that simple, and you're just wiping it on so that you can get it into these cracks. That's really all you're doing, is wiping it into, just wiping it right into these black cracks right here. They do make this brick paneling in several different shades. Our store, we liked this red the most, and so, but we do want this all to be white in here. So once you basically trowel it on, you just smooth it off. And as you smooth it in, you're gonna put it in every one of these little cracks right here. And then here's kind of the cool trick. If you notice right up here, when you use the trowel, it makes it smooth. Okay, so this is nice and smooth. You're trying to go for some definition. So all you do is you come right in here in this smooth line and just rub your finger on it. That's all you gotta do. Rub your finger through it like that. Once your fingers, you put a little definition, because you want this to look like a real brick, so that the whole trick here is to make this look like mortar. So with these little lines, so up top here, we kind of smudged our finger through the drywall mud last night, and as it dries up, and just grab the sanding block, piece of cake, and one area, if you notice, and we saw a lot of people talk about this, is the line. What we saw, one YouTuber talked about, she got a paint, and I tried to get this paint to sort of match the brick color, and I came in here, but big mistake. I took this paint and mixed it with the drywall mud, and it came out a little pink. So we've got a few kind of smaller pink spots. You can see them coming through. But what we were attempting to do was to take this and get our seams so that we could basically hide that big line. Now, fortunately, we hang a large piece of art here, so most of that's gonna be covered up. But, all right, let's get this thing smeared out and see where we go from there. Okay, so we have all the schmear on the brick mold stuff over here, and here's what we noticed is the corners, we were unhappy with the corners in the sense that when we brought these two pieces together, right here and right here, it had too much of an edge on it. So here was the solution. So the solution is just, we got out the Milwaukee grinder, and all we're doing is we're gonna take the little edges off to make it look like where the bricks would come together. Look at the difference here on the light. You see this edge coming down? Where we notched all of these out and just took the grinder on every one of these. And it's gonna make a very big difference. Those are the subtle details. All right, I'm at the place, I'm ready to put the paint on the wall. So what I did is I just took the paint that I like, I threw it in this jug, mixed it with water. So we want a watery texture. And all we're gonna do is paint it on because we need to seal up all the plaster stuff. But the technique is important because as you put it on, you notice you're gonna cover your bricks up. And here's where you come in. You're gonna come back in, you're gonna take your rag, and you're just gonna wipe it down, but you're gonna put it to where, what's the look you're going for. So if you want a little bit more of this to come through, you can rub that out. It's kind of like doing art, and that's all you're gonna do. You're gonna do that on all your paneling if you're doing a wall piece or whatever you're doing, but have fun with it.